In this video, I'll show you how we can find the factorial of one number. So the factorial of one number is represented like this, and it's the product or multiplication of all the numbers from 1 to that number. So for example, the factorial of 5 is this. So in Python, if we want to find the factorial of a number, we can simply use one loop. For example, we can use one for loop. For I int, we can write one range. If I give it a 6, it's 1 comma 6, then the I will run for 1 2 3 4 and 5. And also we can define one value or variable as 1. Suppose this variable is 1, and inside this loop we will multiply the variable with the current value of I. That means the first its value is 1, then it will multiply with 1, then it is again 1, then it will be multiplied with 2, then it will become 2, then it will multiply with 3, and 3 into 2 become 6, then the 6 will multiply with 4, like this. So this is the program that we can use to find out the factorial. So let me write it down here. So if I run this program now, Python, you can see that it's printing 120. This is the factorial of 5. So 5 factorial is 120. We can also take this value as input from the user. So let me take the number as input, number equal to int input, enter the number. So we can take this number as input and we can pass this number here. So we need to pass num plus 1, then it will run from 1 to that number. So now if I run it, then it will ask me to enter the number. If I enter the number, then you can see that it prints the factorial of the number. We can also write one while loop here instead of this for loop. So suppose it is while, I can write it as while this number is greater than 1, then fact equal to fact into num. And we can also decrement the value of num by 1. Now if I run it, then if I enter 5, then it prints the same result. So what we are doing here, that we are using one while loop that runs from in the reverse order. That means for the first time it will multiply the factorial with the value of 5, then it's decrement it by 1, then it multiplied with value of 4, it decrement the value of by 1, then it will multiply it with 3, then it will multiply 2, then it will not run because it will run only for the number is greater than 1. So it will run for these numbers and it will multiply it with the value of fact, and the value of fact will incrementing on each step, and finally we will get the result. One more way we can solve it by using a recursive function. So recursive function means that the function calls itself. So if I write one function as like find factorial, so if this is a function and it takes one number to find that factorial, so we can call this function again from inside this function. So if we can write one if statement that if n equal to 1, then 1, else return n into find factorial n minus 1. Click here. So we can create one new method, def find fact. Here we are passing the value of n. If n is equal to 1, then return 1, else return n into find fact n minus 1. This means that the first time, suppose it is 5, then it will come here and it will return 5 into, it will again call this method with 4, and for the 4 it will come here, it will return into 3 into, again call this method with, 4 into, again call this method with 3. Similarly, it will return the whole 5 into 4 into 3 into 1. So basically it's calling the same method in like recursive order. Here we can directly print the value of this find fact, and if I print it find fact num, the program will first take the number as input from the user, then it will call this method to print the factorial. It will return the factorial and it will print it here. Let me clear it. Then now if I enter 5, then you can see that it's printing 120. This is the basics of how we can find factorial in Python. So if you like this video, please like it, please subscribe to my channel, and also please share it with your friends. Bye.